Amigos, what's going on, man? Here we are back at Atrocities Upon Cities, our YouTube channel where you see progression of everyday jobs. We just came back from a 2-week vacation. Well, it wasn't a vacation. We actually moved. So we moved cities and we've been trying to move everything over, phones and this bad service area, this and that. So I haven't had time to really edit. Here we are at another irrigation job. Like I keep telling you guys, I'm an irrigation specialist. So I try to do my biggest jobs doing irrigation. It's not hard work, it's just very dirty work, having to be in the mud, your shoes get muddy, your hands get muddy, you get glue on your hands, many things that go wrong in this business. But here we are, we're dealing with the 1-inch brass valve, so it was a little harder. Usually the cheap valves cost about $25. This one actually cost $100, $150 after you pick it up and you buy the fittings for it and everything. So it's a highly cost. It's $150 just for the valve. So that's pretty expensive just for the customer to do one, and we went ahead and replaced it. Here you'll see as I'm tightening all the fittings, making sure that everything's the right way. This was a 1-inch valve, so it wasn't too hard. We were able to fix it quick, and you can see I had to dig out the manifold. Most of it, the other 2 valves on the right looked like they were leaking, but we'll find out as we keep progressing. Once we fix one leak, we'll head on to the next. So it's very important to be able to tell your customers, hey, I'm gonna fix this leak, but something else could be leaking, and that's not our problem. It would be another price. So that's what you'll see happen here. We went ahead, replaced this. You know, this is one of the hardest things to do, replacing into a manifold that already exists, trying to deal with somebody else's ways or what they dealt with back then. You can't really guess. It's been about 10 years the last time they replaced this. So here it is, Paola helping me put glue on both sides and able to push this back. She holds the manifold up and I have to give it a crazy bend in order to fix it. So that's why we dig out so much. But there it is. We get it. We push down. I always tell you, hold it down for a few seconds. The pipe's always trying to come back up. Just let it come back up at its own rhythm. So it's good to see these things right there. So fixed right here. Alright fella, so there it is fixed. I advised the customer that, you know, it looked like the other side was leaking, so we were going to go ahead and let it run through the night and see what happens. You know, it was success here, just making sure that we change this. Like I tell you, it's a pretty difficult job. I mean, not everybody can do it. If something goes wrong, you could potentially leave the customer with no water if you can't fix it right, or if it keeps popping off. I lived through so many errors in this business of irrigation that I don't even want to relive them anymore, you know. But the only way I learned was fixing some of these issues. You know, new issues would come up. I would come up knowing that I would fix one thing, but I never imagined other things would go wrong in the process, just like this. So I advised her and I let her know, and here we are. We close up into what's going on, and you can eventually see the water leaking, and just spraying my camera, I got close enough so you can see what's going on. There's a crack. I think the crack's due to the same bar. The other side was just leaking too. So since I already had the manifold pretty open, I went ahead and told her we have to do it now. We have to clear it, and it was cheaper. I gave it to her at a cheaper price than what she paid for the other valve, because that was pretty pricey. She ended up paying $350 for the brass fitting on the other ones, and this right here I just charged her about $150. I don't remember, just to make sure that we were it was a little harder. You actually see me here pushing in this reducers. It was 1.5-inch valve, so that created work, unexpected work. Here I am thinking it's a 1-inch valve just like the other one. The good thing is I didn't have to buy a new valve. What was leaking was the T from the manifold. So there you go. I had to put glue on both sides, stick it back in, fit it to the right size, and keep working on this one. This is probably one of the hardest fixes I have ever done, but it has also been one of the most comfortable fixes I have ever done. It's very difficult. Everything had to be dug up. So if you dig up everything, it's not as hard. You just make sure. So right here, I'm setting everything outside. I'm in a pre-phase section where I just adjust everything. I set it there. I don't ever measure anything. Paola thinks I should measure, but I tell her I have an eye for it, you know. If anything, I leave it about an inch long and then I get the right one. So yeah, I cut twice, but I don't have to measure. I don't know. So here it is. I put the 90. I face it, so I don't ever do my final gluing. You see, you'll see me pull it right off, and that's preset. That's already gonna fit, you know. So I'm already another success right there. Very happy it came out. Very hard fix. Many people would measure about 100 times, but I just cut everything an inch longer and then recut when I'm right next to doing the job. So it's all right. You see me here putting it, facing it on one side, and then inserting it on the other, and then I come back and push in. So I never, you know, it's just little schemes that I learned over the time. If you do one side first and not the other, or you do the other side, if you do one little thing wrong, you have to rebuild everything. So good luck out there, guys. Thank you for watching this great irrigation fix. Watch me clean up this rental home property. Alright guys, so here we are. This is one of the guys that I help, you know, All Valley Lawn Care. I've talked about him before, so I help him twice a week, and here we are. He has a couple houses that he owns, and we had to pick up a bunch of dog poop. Paola hates dog poop, but when you get paid for it, you know, you gotta do it. You know, easy 20 bucks. We had 20 bucks just for dog poop, so if you don't want to pick up your dog poop, we're gonna charge you 20 bucks a month. So there we go. You know, if kids can do it, we can do it. So there it is. We were able to pull all the weeds. We had to shovel them. We weed whacked this area here. Very heavy crabgrass, or Bermuda. Some people call it Bermuda, but that's for areas where it actually grows like grass. Right here, it grows like a wild, savage piece of tumbleweed or something. So it's pretty cool. Everything was nicely raked. All the poop is gone. You know, we're gonna walk all the way down and make sure. It was great. We came back. We took out a bunch of couches from inside that the other people had left before. You know, the guy we help is pretty mad that the renters actually had to stay there. They had to get evicted and all sorts of things. But that's the way it works sometimes when you own a couple houses, you know. Not all your tenants are going to be the greatest. So we were able to help him out, clean it out, haul things away for him. You guys now know Hoopty. Hoopty does great, so that's where it's at. Hoopty always saves us, and she's able to go to the dump faster than most. So we go from there. Alright fellas, so this was the rental property that we were at. Thanks to All Valley Lawn Care for continuing to support us, watching some of our videos. Maybe he'll watch this one. So there we go. We're gonna transfer into the dump where we were at. The dump, just getting ready to dump Hoopty. Like always, we were able to put some couches, a couple little extra trash from another customer, you know, but it helps. We got there, and we made the owner of this house ready to continue to work on his house. He's gonna sell it eventually, and this is some of the stuff that we grabbed from there. You know, we grabbed a bunch of old mattresses, old sofas, different things. So we come to the dump, we dump that quickly, we continue, and then it's just grass. This is grass from another customer. So you know, we were able to do 2 jobs in one, and that's what saves you sometimes. Also, you know, being able to charge 2 people, or they don't charge, they give you vouchers out here. So I don't charge. I charge to dump it, but I don't charge for the dump fees. Thank you.